As someone who's been Muslim for quite a while now, I understand what it's like to not know kind of what you're doing or where you're going. So here's some advice that I think all new Muslims need to hear. Hello everyone, so today's actually a really special day for me because today marks 8 years to the day that I became Muslim. So I wanted to do something special to commemorate that. So I decided to make a video of advice that I wish that I'd received back when I first became Muslim. So inshallah that anyone who is a new Muslim will be able to listen to this and hopefully avoid making some of the same mistakes that I made when I was first starting out. First, learn how to pray. Prayer is one of the most important things in Islam and is what separates the believer from the disbeliever. So before you learn anything else, you need to learn how to pray. This means you need to learn what to do and when to do it. The good news is your local mosque will be happy to teach you how to do this, and there are also tons of videos online. You also need to learn Surah Al-Fatiha. On a side note here, I have heard some people say that when you're just starting out, you can recite it in English, but to be honest, I would advise against this, as it just means it's a habit that you'll have to learn how to undo later on. So it is just better to learn it in Arabic from the beginning. I understand this can sound quite scary to some people, but trust me, if a majority of the Muslim world can learn how to do it in a language that they don't speak natively, so can you. Secondly, don't believe everything you see online. There are tons of websites and people out there that may seem like they're giving genuine Islamic advice, but they actually aren't, and you might not have enough knowledge yet to be able to tell the difference. This actually leads me on to my next point. Don't try and gather too much knowledge too quickly, because you'll just burn yourself out. Focus on perfecting the basics before worrying about which opinion or school of thought you should follow on certain topics. Islam is a marathon, not a sprint. Next, don't be afraid to ask questions. When I was first starting out on this journey, I came across certain things that caused me to have doubts. However, I was also too afraid to ask anyone else in case my doubts then spread onto them. Don't worry about that. Whenever you come across something in Islam that doesn't sit quite right with you, and you will, make sure you note it down and ask someone. It will save you quite a lot of headaches in the future. Trust me on this one. Lastly, and this is something I feel is actually the most important piece of advice that I can give, don't let your passion for Islam outweigh your knowledge of Islam. Too many times I've seen Muslims, myself included, try and give rulings on halal and haram only to royally embarrass themselves because they didn't actually know what they were talking about, or they took something online as factual, or it turns out there was a genuine difference of opinion on the topic. So yeah, before you start trying to give advice or rulings on something, make sure you genuinely know what it is that you're talking about. There it is, everyone. That's the best advice that I can think to give to new Muslims. And like I said, Islam is a marathon, not a sprint. Take your time and inshallah, you'll get to where you need to get to. The knowledge will come as it's meant to come. So yes, thank you for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.